Hello, Mr. Harry and my friends that are listening and watch my video regarding the reflection on the meeting or the session which is 9 to 9:16 that I have learned. So the first thing is the third thing I have learned, and then the second is the two things that I plan to implement in my class, and the last is the first thing that I need to improve regarding the learning that I have occurred in the 9 to 16 section or the meeting. So the first things I have learned, or three things that I learned, is the first that I've gained an understanding of the significance of the experimental research, and through this research I gained the establishing the what is it, the causal of the relationship within the variables that appears in the research. Through the manipulation of the variables and careful control of the other factors that may occur when research uh, being done or being do, it is to the researchers that are able to derive of the conclusion robust that regarding the influence of one variable on another variable. This approach which enable us as the researcher to have the more control on over or on the variable involved, and offers the solid um, evidence or um, variables that establish as the causal of the relationship. And then the second that I have learned is about the expose factor and the surface research as methods for studying variables that have already happened that and can be controlled and cannot be controlled. The objective of this method is to comprehend the connection between the variables um, without any direct intervention. In the expose factor research, it is all about the analyzation of variables that have occurred naturally, whereas the survey research involved gathering data through the questionnaires, interviews, and self-report measures. And both of these research or methodology enables researchers to collect and analyze the data in order to identify the association of the patterns of the research of the phenomenon that occur. And then the second is the correlational research is often, and the last is the I've learned is the correlational research is often thought as a go-to method for the examining the connection between the variables without any manipulation involved within the methodology. I've come to grasp that the concept that correlational research plays the crucial role in determining the extent and direction of the association between different variables. It is super important that uh, correlation doesn't automatically mean causation or the causal, and just because there is a strong correlationship between uh, one variable to another variable doesn't mean it is the cause of another variable. And correlational research is super helpful. It is because in spotting patterns and making predictions about the behavior, but it is important to note that it doesn't actually prove the cause and an effect of one variable between another. And that is my third things that I have learned. And then we move to the two things I plan to implement in my class or I implement in my life, it is that I've been thinking about all the stuff that I have learned, and I totally want to use the experimental research methodology in my research when it actually makes sense, and it is effect. I mean, it is interesting and also have the impact of the LA or English language education. By using this experimental research, I can manipulating the variables that and controlling the for the confounding factors, and I can establish more robust causal relationship between the variable of interest. This approach will yield more comprehensive uh, uh, evidence or findings regarding the impacts or defect of intervention or manipulations in my experimental research. And the second thing is that I plan on incorporating or implemented the using of quasi experimental research into my study design or research methodology. Previously, I do by pre-experimental, but it doesn't makes it stronger research because it doesn't use the following of what is it the randomization sampling technique. So it is not good for research to do so. So and cannot be as the representative of the population itself. And in the using the quasi-experimental research by employing two groups, which is control and experimental, by randomization them into the sampling technique, I can amass a substantial amount of data from the participants and extrapolate my findings to a broader population. This approach will assist me in the structuring my variables that have already transferred in and analyzing them to the correlation between them on or the effect of between the variable or the significance that appears between the variables. And then last is the first things that I need to improve. After engaging and embrace with the reflection or also the session that I have learned in 9 to 16 meetings, I have gained a comprehensive grasp of the research methodology that, and also I made the research proposals and delivering the presentation on the proposal that I want to do. However, it is imperative for me to direct my attention toward honing my abilities in these domains. I want to um, improve my skills in effectively explaining the importance of my research, the question I investigating, and the anticipated result in the conscious and organized way. And also, I want to be more understandable, which is explainable also in my background. So my background as my rationale to choose my variable is stronger, and the proposal will have the strong stand when it comes to the question of rational background for my research. Moreover, I need to focus on honing my skill into the articulating the research problems, methodology, and significance of the study that diverse the audiences of my research. Consistently putting the effort and actively seeking the feedback will be the key of enhancing my abilities to write the research that I will do in the future. And also to make my research proposal in a good way, so I can make this proposal into more steps way ahead in the future. So I think that's it about my 3 to 1 reflection regarding the 9 to 16 section or meeting that we have learned in the research methodology. That's all, I think. Thank you for listening.